I'm now joined by Sean Randolph for the Bay Area Economic Institute. Welcome, Sean.
Happy to be here.
Have you been enjoying the summit thus far?
Absolutely. Terrific.
Why was it important that you attend?
I think because California has taken the lead in the nation and perhaps around the world in catalyzing efforts below the national level at a time when in the U.S. national level leadership wasn't very strong, and so I think we have a lot to say and a lot to contribute, and so the governor's program here really brings all of this together, and it's important to be here.
If you had $1 million to invest in any renewable technology, what would you put your money in?
That's a tough one. Where I would put my effort first and foremost is energy efficiency. If we talk about the pace of climate change, what's the cheapest, fastest way to do that, to influence that in a positive way, the lowest hanging fruit, where if we need to have an effect on emissions right now, it's efficiency. So I would load everything I could right now into efficiency. We're seeing the economics of solar improving. Wind is there kind of now, but we need a lot of investment in transmission for wind. I think biofuels, it's coming, but the issue with biofuels is you have to have scale. You can do it in a laboratory or small scale, but to really have an impact, you have to have something that's scalable to massive volumes. So I think that may take a bit longer, but still very promising.
What are you looking forward to over this course of the summit here?
I think it's really to meeting with delegates, but actually learning a lot about the perspectives from other countries, because even as connected as we may be here in the Bay Area or in California, we're naturally looking at things most of the time from the standpoint of our community, what's happening here, and not being quite as aware of how these issues are being looked at or addressed in other countries. But I found it very, very interesting this morning to hear people from a whole variety of countries, from islands and from British Columbia and elsewhere, talking about the impacts in their communities, which is something you don't hear every day, and it helps you lace together what the big story really is.
You're a prime example of what can be done on a subnational level. Are you confident that subnationals can then influence federal governments?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, California is a great example. Bay Area is on the technology level, but California has been for a long time a hotbed for innovation. Very often, if something happens in the U.S., it often happens first in California. A lot of policy at the federal level, the model has been set in California. So I think we're doing that now on climate change with the new administration in Washington. A lot of what California has pioneered is being taken up nationally. So I think that's one opportunity. And then really a lot of what's going to be happening will be happening in major metropolitan regions around the world, whether it's the Bay Area, whether it's Bangalore, New Delhi, Beijing, Shanghai, London. These cities are all taking this up in a serious way. So I think we have the opportunity to set metropolitan models, and of course so much of the emissions do come from metropolitan areas. So whether we're talking about transportation solutions, whether we're talking about green building practices, there's the opportunity to develop best practices and standards that have a global application.
Wonderful. Well, Sean Randolph, thank you so much for your time, and you're certainly setting a great example.
Glad to be here with you.
Thanks. Great. Thank you, Sean.